figured out where they are, which might be important, you know,
Nah, not at all.
at the very least desirable. Okay. I think we might just sent them to me. Yes. Okay. This might still be a little loud. Oh, no, it's way too quiet. Let me announce it. Oh, I should probably send these two first, eh?
It works.
My files are too powerful. All right. Alright, hopefully those are 3 unique games in the correct order. That would be ideal. Okay, I think I have most things taken care of now. So
Which one do we start with? Do you know?
The one I said was game 1. I think it's 841.
841.
That's the one I'm gonna load up for game number 1.
Okay. Well, we should know pretty quickly whether it's correct or not, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Weeb is on Echo?
Yes.
Yeah, then that's game 1.
Alrighty.
I like that there was a ping before anybody was even loaded into the game. That's high APM. Alright, I'm curious. Someone who's subbed, can you message in the chat, did it automatically do it? Or does it also have to get approved?
Well, let me open up the
Oh, it's all,
stream.
you all have the fucking founder badge. Yeah, you have the founder badge too. This is the worst. Alright.
I can...
I mean, thank you guys for having the founder badge, but can you change it to the other? Or is the only other option a star?
It is not giving me the option to change it.
Okay.
Couple people got a gifted sub / stream, right? Maybe we need
Yeah.
to get Otso in here and see what Otso's looks like.
I messed around with some of the emotes, so currently we don't have any emotes available. I'm sorry. Um, oh, hold on, my headset is all twisted. Oh, that didn't really fix it? Oh, it got close. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's better. I feel better when my headset is not twisted, even though I think it has exactly 0 effect on quality.
It makes you feel better, and that's the important thing.
Yeah. But yeah, we have no emotes currently because I'm loading up our 2 emotes. We're gonna have Coggers and Tendy's diff as the 2 emotes. And then I hopefully was able to change out the loyalty badge rather than the purple, like default purple star. It should be the cost suck emote. And then the tier 2 new emote that I think I'm the only one who'll have is gonna be the easy, the where Beatrice is wearing the like leather jacket and the sunglasses. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So as soon as all those get approved, they'll be there. But or maybe they won't, and we'll have to do something else. But that's the current plan at least. But I literally just changed them around, so it'll probably be a while before we get those back.
How long does that usually take? Is it just a few days?
The first emote that I put in was like 2 weeks almost.
Oh wow.
But then they've also changed the emote panel since then, so maybe it'll be quicker now. Maybe they streamline things on their end or something. Either way, let's do... Oh, I'm fully not prepared to do a game. I cut the music and then realized I haven't like edited the scoreboard or done anything, related to that. I don't remember what colors these guys are. I guess I could look at that really quick as well.
What's this team's name?
They're Moon Crew Gaming.
Moon Crew Gaming.
That kind of works. Okay. I like their logo. I don't know that I have anywhere to put it on like any of the things that we're using today. They do have a really cute logo though. I'll just put it up in the corner of the cast for a little bit. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm still inting everybody. My bad. Oh, and then I clicked the wrong button. It's all going downhill. Alright. Oh! I'm just gonna put it like right in the middle of the screen. Look at their logo.
Ooh,
I like it.
kind of cool.
Yeah. Apparently
I
they've
dig
been
it.
around a while. I like the... They're going for the history, Established 2014.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
That way, when they make it to Worlds, they can require that the LCS cast
Oh yeah,
reads out the
Moon
entire thing,
Crew
right?
Gaming 2014. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, welcome, officially, ladies and gentlemen. LRS week number. Oh, I have the LAS logo even. Oh no, not like this. Do I have just the LRS logo anywhere? Surely I wouldn't. Oh, I do. Okay, there it is. There. Now it says R rather than A. That's the important change. It's LRS week number 4. Both of these teams undefeated coming into this week, so really high profile game between Return of the Middle Sticks and Moon Crew Gaming. My name, as always, is Maristematic, and my co-caster today, the Grandmaster Jungler Aikiado.
Yeah. Aikiado. Jesus. Yeah, no, fresh off of being on stream last night, now actually casting. A bit less stressful on this side of the uh, green
Yeah,
production? I don't
maybe.
know.
Who knows? Let's go ahead and get it started then. 3, 2, 1, go. On the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 1 are going to be Moon Crew Gaming. In the top lane, IX Before Life, playing Gangplank. Badger, oh, it's all caps. Badger playing Jarvan in the jungle. Yasuof in the mid lane playing Galio, and I make Hondas and Wolf Nightshade in the bottom lane on the Lucian Seraphine combo.
And on the red side, we have Return of the Middle Sticks with Cardinals 29 top lane on that Wukong. 2004 Lexus GX 470 in the jungle on the Olaf as we might get interrupted by an early invade here.
Yeah. Not throwing out any skills just yet. Holding on. Ooh, they actually hit the
Ooh,
snare onto Karasuda. That'll
the
be,
range is so long.
yeah, that's 40 gold in the back pocket of Wolf Nightshade.
And just to finish it out, we have Wing Nation in the mid lane on the Echo, and then Karasuda and Points in the bottom lane on the Kaisa Leona. But all right, that invade, it didn't look like it got a lot. No summoners burnt, no one particularly chunked out. But they did end up getting the ward XP onto Gangplank since Jarvan started the sweeper. So Gangplank will hit level 2 in the first wave, which can matter in some matchups. So we can keep an eye on that, see if it swings anything too terribly there.
Yeah, the only other weird occurrence, I guess, will be Seraphine starting the E, which isn't like super weird. I guess like you probably normally want the Q, but E's fine.
Yeah, E seems pretty fine. As we already saw on display, just the absolute range of that ability is, nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Oh
Already a
my
level
god.
2 gank from Badger. The red buff into bottom gank. He's going to get the knock up onto Karasuda. Points is going to make sure that he at least can't continue that effort, and it's going to be the flash off of Karasuda from the level 2 gank. So good early pressure from Badger, showing off some of the early power of the Jarvan pick.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for it. I hadn't zoomed the camera out yet, so I could see him coming. But that is the Jarvan. Jarvan is notorious for level 2 ganking, so already taking advantage of the early power that he has. And it's something that he will need to get something done in the early game, because against Olaf clears faster than you and probably scales at least as good as you. So you are always going to be behind if you don't get these ganks to work on the Jarvan side. So I like that he's already looking to impact these lanes.
Yeah, kind of interesting. He has the Conqueror. We've been seeing a little bit of that Gore Drinker Jarvan coming through, which feels kind of weird, but I guess you throw a bunch of people in the jacuzzi, you steal health from them, and then, I don't know, you just hit them with a flag a couple of times and hope that works.
Yeah, I mean, if you are playing Jarvan, then Gore Drinker feels like a natural item to go for. I think the issue is Jarvan right now just isn't very good. I think he might be better next patch when junglers get less XP, so, Jarvan never worried that much about XP anyway. So potentially on their way up, but this patch, it seems like a weird pick, but, Gore Drinker makes sense if you are going to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I was counting on you for the big Jarvan insights. I know you're a big Jarvan player.
Absolutely. I'm so good at Jarvan that I just, pull Jarvan bans left and right. Notorious for being a Jarvan player is
Honestly,
this
both of
mid
these
lane.
junglers, yeah, the Ola, well, yeah, the 2v2 mid lane hasn't really turned into a whole lot of anything. Undertook going to land onto Yasuo if they're going to jump forward onto the Galio first, maybe not the target that I'd want, but now they've got it. Badger chunked very low, flash away from Yasuo as well. Lex is hurting a little bit from the gank, but they got the flashes out of both Badger and Yasuo.
Yeah, so Summoner Exchange in favor of ROTM, and they shouldn't have to back off here. Although it looks like Seraphine's roaming up to secure that crab for Badger. So Badger, after what could have been really bad for him, able to limp away and still pick up that crab. So, altogether, not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
And Seraphine might look mid here.
Yeah, doesn't look like she's going to find anything there. I was going to point out Cardinals started a cull. Or at least very early has that cull off of his first back, and showing a lot of, I guess, he's going to try to scale up and farm with the Gangplank for a little bit, also kind of showing that he's not afraid of that matchup in any particular fashion.
Yeah, based on the stacks on that, it looks like he probably got a cheater recall and just walked back to lane after picking up the call. So against the champion like Gangplank who's just looking to neutralize this lane, I think it makes a lot of sense. You can just farm it out and still be ahead in gold. I think it's very reasonable way to approach that lane.
Yeah, a couple of early backs have netted some items. The most significant one, I think, is going to be I Make Honda's has the pickaxe compared to longsword dagger, so it's going to be a little bit of power advantage for the bottom lane of Moon Crew.
Yeah, that early gank, already you can see a pretty significant CS lead there in the bottom lane for Moon Crew, with the solution up 9 already, but also has a pretty fat wave coming in.
Oh, Lexus here to try to cut off. I can't decide what I want to call him. Life, I guess we'll go with. He's set down the barrel, looking for the explosion. Oh, it's the dash in for first blood on the Nimbus strike from Cardinals, able just to keep Lexus alive at the end of that one. Bottom lane is exchanging a couple of skill shots, but nothing really happening there. But yeah, really well played by Cardinals to jump back in at the right time. Although Points finds the Zenith Blade, Wolf Nightshade low and taken down by the passive from Karasuda. But they got to get out of here. Here comes Yasuo, the teleport coming in from the Galio. They're on top of Karasuda. They'll take him down, but the counter teleport from Cardinals. He hits the Cyclone. He's got him spinning like one, and Yasuo will go down. The Gangplank ult just going to be mildly annoying. Well, maybe more than mildly annoying. Points got to get out of there. All right, he's out.
Yeah, and it started off with a really good engage from the bottom lane of ROTM. They're able to get that kill on their own. And then the teleport matched by Cardinals means that it's going in favor of ROTM, up almost 2,000 gold, and now looking to get the dragon for themselves in a pretty good position after this early game, especially against the composition of Moon Crew, with the Jarvan, with the Galio, with the Lucian even, is trying to establish some amount of a lead in the early game, because they aren't the best scaling champions in the world. So ROTM, sitting pretty here after that, 7.5 minutes in.
Yeah, and both globals down is actually pretty big, as that's going to really neuter the amount of pressure that Life and Yasuo can put on the map. Right now looking to get aggressive. Wings got a phase dive out of there as Badger was closing in from the wings.
Yeah, still looking to find his first kill participation in this game on the Jarvan, so we'll see where he ends up looking. It looks like he's pathing towards bottom, but RTM, if you look at the vision there, they have everything warded up. They know exactly where the Jarvan is, so it'd be pretty hard for him to be able to pick up too much here.
Yeah, I do like what the bot lane's doing right now. I Make Hondas and Wolf Nightshade have this frozen, and they're going to call in Badger for some reinforcements. We'll see if they can get on. The Seraphine E not going to connect, as Points in Karasuda able to smell that gank out and get out of there.
Yeah, good on them, especially since this wave is stacking up, is going to be slow pushing into them. There's no reason for them to die for this wave. If they wait just a little bit, it'll come back into them. So just biding their time and picking up the CS that's coming their way. While it's happening, though, an invade here from Lexus. He saw the Jarvan bottom and is looking to punish it by picking up that blue buff, and should be able to get out for free with that. Maybe even looking for the Grom.
Yeah, look at the CS lead that he's been able to develop. Jarvan, notoriously not a super fast clearer, and Olaf Very speedy as he steals away these top two camps. Badger, a very sad boy right about now.
It's sort of the matchup though, just because Olaf is known so well for his clear speed that getting a lead like this is exactly what you should be seeing, and it looks like he's doing the Herald as well. Although Mooncrew's coming up and going to be collapsing on him.
Yeah, Badger and Yasuo, if they throw Jarvan in, or they throw him into the Jarvan Jacuzzi in the bottom lane, though, a fight's going to break out. Karsuda able to take down Wolf Nightshade, but in comes the Cyclone from Cardinals. It's good. They lose Lexus in the process, though. Can they actually finish off the kills? Yasuo is very low, and Shelly going to slap him down. Oh,
Yasuo
he
ended
got
up getting it. Oh my god. No one's going to be able to secure it, but denying the Rift Herald from ROTM after the fight going so heavily in ROTM's favor is, at least a little bit good. On the back of a fight that was so tragic for them.
Yep, Points using the Solar Flare just zones off I make Hondas, and they'll grab themselves a turret plate. So Karsuda and Points finding that all in, falling a little bit off the pace in CS, but the kills keeping them maybe a little bit ahead. Let's actually look. About 400 gold ahead in the lane.
Yeah, no, those kills are really doing them good here, keeping them in line with the Lucian lane. And again, a lot of this CS lead in the bottom lane is off of that very first gank from Badger. That level 2 bottom that ended up burning Karasuda's flash. Hasn't been able to step up in pressure as much since then, but we'll see now that they're chilling with a little bit of an item advantage. Actually, their inventories are basically pretty much the same. We'll see how that lane ends up going.
Yeah, looks like life up here in the top lane. So we rushed the Ninja Tabby, which is definitely good against the Wukong Olaf pairing up there that he might be facing. Kind of weird that he's just rushing the Trinity Force. They're going to call in the Galio. Lex is able to steal away the Scuttle Crab, and the Grand Entrance used for pretty much nothing is Wolf Nightshade kind of hanging around the area, has the Encore available, but don't really want to pop that immediately onto the Olaf. They do get the Jungler's Flash, at least, in exchange for the play.
Yeah, a little bit of aggressive of a look there. Going back to the Gangplank itemization, my bet is that it's probably actually an Essence Reaver that he's going for, which is sort of one of two builds right now for Gangplank. You can either go a more tanky build with the Divine Sunderer, or you can go for the crit build, which usually involves an Essence Reaver, and then like a shield bow eventually.
Does Essence Reaver have the Sheen in it?
It does, yep.
Oh, okay.
New Essence Reaver has Sheen and Caulfields, I think, are the component items.
Well, then never mind. Could still be the Trinity Force. I might be right, but probably not.
True.
Yeah, I thought he was going for... I like the Essence Reaver. I just didn't realize it had a Sheen in it for some reason.
Yep. They decided there had to be at least one Sheen option that wasn't a mythic item. Other than Lichbane, I suppose, but... Yeah, Essence Reaver ended up picking that up, and ROTM, first on this Dragon spawn, already got it down to half HP, and they should be able to just secure this.
Yeah,
Badger might look for a steal.
Badger hanging around the side. If he had the Galio ult, I almost wouldn't mind the steal attempt, but Points us over the wall and then back over it as he flashes out. Stun from Winged as they get on top of the Galio. They'll be able to finish him off as well with an auto attack. Points is in trouble as he's trying to get out of the Gangplank ult. Badger will eventually finish that one off, but the flash forward has secured the Seraphine. Honda's in a little bit of trouble, but he has the flash and the heal to try to get out to safety. Winged, I don't think he really wants that dive. He's got his ult available, but now he's got no HP, so needs to back out for the time being. But a successful Dragon take into one team fight for ROTM.
Hey, everything going their way after Mooncrew looked really like they just couldn't make a decision on whether they wanted to stick around and fight it or not. You know, they end up sticking around a little bit too long, don't pull the trigger, end up losing the dragon, and then also getting engaged on. And even after getting engaged on, Seraphine ended up holding her ult forever, ended up going to waste there, because it wasn't able to save her. It just seemed like they weren't all on the same page in terms of what they were looking for with that fight. That said, IX B4 Life in the top lane, able to pick up that solo first turret, so that's quite a bit of money in his pocket. 3,100. If we check the inventory, he's going to be feeling pretty good about his itemization here. Even though Cardinals is 4-0, he's still down 700 gold on this Gangplank just because of all those plates that he picked up.
Yeah, Wing continuing to shove in mid. It's overall about a 3,000 gold lead for Return of the Middle Sticks, but all of that's, you know, centralized on the jungle and mid laner pretty much for ROTM. Karsuda about even, maybe slightly ahead of Honda's. I guess points should be significantly stronger than Mr. Emo Wolf Nightshade.
Mr. Emo Wolf Nightshade. Huh?
Like, would you name yourself Wolf Nightshade if you weren't going through an emo phase? Like, it might not currently be in it, but at least at one point.
I don't know if it's that bad. Yeah, it's a little edgy. I don't know if it's necessarily emo.
Ooh, I think you can cut yourself with that edge. Like,
Jesus.
we're right there. Cyclone used onto life. He's got the Gore Drinker to try to go back a little bit. Able to just dodge out of the barrel explosion and life forced to flash out.
Yeah, and even with that gold lead, the Gangplank still loses to complete, you know, total all-ins there. So Cardinals taking advantage of that, and they might be looking for a dive here. Lexus is in the area.
Yeah, Lexus gonna try to lead the way with the undertow, and that's a pretty easy dive. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, I don't know what happened, but Badger is just waiting in the wings. They'll trade Seraphine for Kaisa, and honestly, I'll take that at this point if I'm Moon Crew Gaming. Yasuo in a little bit of trouble underneath his tower, but he'll be able to get out. Why is he going that way? Alright.
Well, Echo can't go over walls, you know. So if you break line of sight, he can't chase you.
Yeah, but you
That's
can
how that
literally
works.
just walk back to the tower.
No, I.
Okay, yeah.
That's unreasonable, I think. That's what they expect you to do. Either way, solo kill in the mid lane, successful dive in the top lane for ROTM, and then bot lane, Badger able to get, you know, a couple of kills of his own there. So, you know, across the map, just quite a bit of scrapping going on. But ROTM is sitting at a 4K gold lead, 13-5 is the score. So, you know, it seems to be going in their way so far.
Yeah, Weeb Nation going to go ahead and write some pages in his book up to 10 on the Magi's Soul Stealer, and we'll see if he can continue to keep those safe as the game goes on. I like to imagine when somebody dies with a Soul Stealer, they just like loot the corpse and rip out a bunch of pages out of the book.
You think that's what it is?
I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, why would you lose 10? Like,
I assumed it was more of, you know, when you have like a binder full of like notes and stuff and you drop it, then, you know, paper goes everywhere and you're just not able to collect them all. Again, you know, they get swept away in the wind.
well, there's souls in this case, so I written onto the page. I don't know what the.
I think that it's more of, you know, like a
items all have their
ledger.
lore? Like,
I
are they all tied in? Is that like canon?
have no idea. If not, it absolutely should be, you know, a la Legends of Runeterra. I think that there's, you know, a lot of unexplored lore that we need answers to. While the two teams are dancing here on the backside of the third dragon.
Yeah, Solar Flare down, used to try to catch I Make Hondas. Quite able to get it, Flag and Drag. Not really successful. That's a big encore across the wall into the Galio ult. This looks okay for Moon Crew Gaming, but Lex is still alive on the backside. Points forced to flash back over, but Moon Crew's kind of found the fight that they needed. We'll see if ROTM can try to turn this back around. Cardinals is still fighting on the backside of the fight, trying to get his way out. But it's Badger in exchange for Lexus and points, so neither team going to feel super confident about starting up this dragon.
That's it. It is 4v3, so, you know, if Moon Crew wanted to force the fight, they should be at an advantage.
Oh, Cardinals has the Cyclone up, gets a big three-man ultimate. Karasuda dives in on the back line, getting on top of I Make Hondas. They'll find 2, they'll find 3, and they'll even find the 4th in the 3v4. Double kill for Karasuda, double kill for Cardinals as a result of that fight.
I take it back. 4 versus 3 does not go in favor of Moon Crew, apparently. They had full vision on Cardinals with the Wukong, but he's still able to get a 3-man ult there and just do so much damage and be so tanky within the fight. And Moon Crew, ends up losing the dragon as well. Just not looking good for them now.
Yeah, I
As
think
RTM is on soul point and should be able to pressure this Baron spawning in just a minute.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue with the champions that Mooncrew are playing is they're very dependent on their ultimates, and they haven't gotten a great like economy out of them. The first couple of Galio ults, notably, kind of doing nothing. That one was very good, set up by the Jarvan ult, but once you're without those ultimates, it's a little bit more difficult to scrap it out. So um, losing the 3v4 also helped that those were the three strongest members of ROTM that they were diving into. But
Yeah, no, they very strong Wukong, Echo, and Kaisa, all there to take full advantage of Moon Crew walking into them.
yep, now 20 minutes on the clock, so the purple worm will spawn. Life
Ooh.
gonna maybe, well, he sidesteps one axe, trying to dodge this one out, but the Gore Drinker Olaf just says no. The gameplay extraordinaire there as he auto attacks him down. Cardinals comes in and steals his kill for some reason, but they'll get the pick onto Life.
And that's just the Olaf balance. Doesn't have to hit an axe, doesn't have to hit anything. You just walk up and auto attack him down. And Gangplank not able to do much there. He's just pushed up a little bit too far. And RTM is pushing in here for this vision around the Baron. Oh. Okay, they have the pressure, but not getting too much vision here just yet.
Yeah, set up in the very normal 1-2-1 split push with points floating in the jungle. Controversially matched by the 2-0-1 strategy from Moon Crew Gaming, so they unfortunately lose track of their mid lane tower. Hey, look, it is the badge. We got the badge. I feel good about that.
Oh, did we?
It shows up for me. It's weird because it shows
Oh
up as
yeah,
a star on the stream.
Liebdov. I see it. I see it. The Cossack.
All right, well, 19-7, big gold lead for ROTM. What do you want to see them do to close this out? Do you feel like they need to keep their foot on the gas, or can they, take it a little bit slower?
Well, I think that they have a couple of options. If they're feeling a little spicy, a little randy, they can try and force this Baron. They're strong enough that the fight they should come out on top of. 8k gold lead is pretty hard to throw at a Baron fight. The other option is that we do have Soul Point spawning here in just a couple minutes. So, they could just wait for that as well. It makes a lot of sense. 2 minutes on that timer. So, as long as they're playing towards one of those game-ending objectives, they should be feeling pretty good.
Oh, Lexus is taking the Scuttle Crab, and I'm going to go ahead to bash a ward in that Baron pit. Everybody just kind of vibing in their own lanes right now. But a lot of vision control being gathered for ROTM, trying to wipe out some of these wards that Moon Crew have kind of obtrusively stuck in. So now going to be playing a lot in the dark. They still have that ward importantly in the back of the Baron pit, though.
Yeah, that one little ward somehow evaded detection by RTM has given Moon Crew quite a bit of information here, and means if RTM does start it, Moon Crew knows exactly what's going on and should be able to walk up and potentially contest.
Yeah, in comes Moon Crew. They need to get Yasuo a little bit closer. You can even see Justice punches through the jungle as he lurches forward. Teleport being called in as Wing Nation going to join the fray. And Moon Crew sees that they back off of the Baron, and they'll back off of the contest themselves.
And yeah, at this point with the dragon spawning in 40 seconds, I'd like RTM to just cut their losses. Don't need to try the Baron again. We can just play for that soul point, because that Ocean Soul should represent an extremely strong win condition for them. So as long as they're able to, either take a fight there or take the soul itself, should be looking pretty good. Looks like that's what they're doing. They're all taking their last reset, getting as strong as possible for this dragon.
So Pool Party Jarvan, when he attacks with his passive, it shoots a little burst of water out.
Okay.
But he's hitting him with the umbrella. Why is the umbrella so wet all the time?
would have to see the animation, but
There it was. Like, every time he auto attacks, there's just a splash of water.
um, well, you know, it was just a rainy day at the beach there,
Solar Flare
obviously.
going to come out, slows up 3 people. The Encore trying to disengage, but Seraphine already down. The Jarvan Jacuzzi into the Galio ult in the pit as they're right on top of Karasuda. They're able to finish off the Kaisa. Yasuo is going to pay for that transgression, and ROTM able to somehow clear out the pit. The Jarvan and Galio combo was super good, but they just didn't have the support of the other members of their team.
Yeah, at this point they're just a little bit too far behind, even with essentially one-shotting Karasuda on the Kaisa and making sure that he wasn't able to contribute to the fight. Unfortunately, it still didn't equal a one team fight for them, just not enough damage coming through. And ROTM does secure the Ocean Soul, so you know they are poised to win this game now. Baron is up. That should be the next objective. Elder in 5.5 if they have trouble for some reason with the Baron, but they're in a really strong position here to take game 1.
Does Winged have a blue pot on right now? I'm gonna click on him.
He does.
Yeah. All right. What a gamer.
I respect it. Being as strong as possible for the soul fight, I think it makes a lot of sense. I think buying potions like that is something that people don't do enough, just because you could make an argument that that fight is the determining fight for the rest of this game. So I don't hate spending 500 gold if you know you aren't trying to complete an item, you're gonna walk out of base with it in your pocket anyway. Might as well buy it to secure the next fight.
Badger has to smite away his own blue buff as the pressure from Lexus came through the top. Cardinals is set split pushing in this bottom lane. There's no one matching him, no one even really on his own half of the map. So he'll get to wail away on this inhibitor turret for quite a bit. Are they even going to look for an engage? They don't have the Galio ult or the Gangplank
Oh
ult
no,
up.
Seraphine.
Oh, Seraphine gets caught, tries to flash away, gets a little bit of damage down, but it just doesn't matter. Karasuda burns his ultimate in exchange, but that was awfully kind of him, but now ROTM can turn to the Baron.
Yeah, and this should be pretty free for him. If Moonker wasn't able to win 5v5, then 4v5 doesn't seem like it would bode much better. And this Baron is going down pretty quickly, so Baron in favor of ROTM. We'll see how much they're able to get off of this. Looks like they're setting up for a 1-3-1. Makes quite a bit of sense. The Moon Crew might be trying to collapse out of Cardinals here.
And they've got
Monkey
some
might
pings
have
off
pushed
onto
up a
him,
little
a
too
couple of
far.
portraits headed down. We'll see if he can evade. Gangplank ult used. Didn't actually hit him with the Death's Daughter. Dodges away from the Galio, now trying to get out with the Cyclone. Still has Flash to run away. The Cyclone's spinning, but he's not making up any distance, and he'll fall. It's a shutdown going to Lucian, but in the meantime, team doing what they should do, and gonna wail away on some turrets. The inhibitor in mid lane. Inhibitor turret already gone. Turret in top lane. Pretty costly pick for Moon Crew Gaming.
Yeah, it is the sort of a pick that you have to go for, but they had to commit everyone, and it still took them a long time to take down the Wukong. It means that they lose the rest of their base. So, you know, while the idea is you get a pick so that you can slow down the Baron, but ROTM already has gotten so much off of this Baron that it's, you know, it doesn't look good for them here. ROTM might just be looking to reset here. Spend some of the money in their pockets before coming back and seeing if they can have another go at the other two open inhibitors.
Yeah, it's a 12,000 gold lead right now. That's very difficult to throw even if you wanted to. 25 stacks on the Magi's for Wing Nation just to check in there. And you can see the item advantages just piling up for ROTM, especially on this last recall. But most people about a full item ahead of their counterparts on Moon Crew.
Yeah, no, the leads there are, you know, very large. That said, Moon Crew does have this dream massive wombo team fight. You know, with the Jarvan ult into a Galio ult into a Seraphine ult and even Gangplank ult, they do have, you know, the big AoE abilities that potentially could lead
Cardinals
to a
gonna
one
get
team
caught.
fight.
They're burning everything to get onto Cardinals, and I guess they make him int again. Yasuo picks up the kill. They burned the Gangplank teleport, all of their ultimates that they had available just for the Wukong pick, but in comes ROTM to try to clean up this last inhibitor.
And they're a little bit slower there this time around on taking advantage of Cardinals getting caught in the side lane. Cardinals just a little bit too far up without any of his teammates in position to pressure these inhibitors. Means RTM is pushing up. This is 4v5. Gangplank ult's coming in behind him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Encore going to
Seraphine ult.
connect onto Karasuda. They're able to take down both of the bot lane for ROTM, but Winged is onto the back line looking for Hondas, trying to flash back away, still has his ultimate available. Lexus rampaging through the base, not able to connect on the one axe, but he's got the healing and he'll dunk down onto the Lucian. Gets knocked up. Winged is still alive as he's managed to kite around this fight for long enough. Teleport coming in from Cardinals. It's a 2v2 on the map right now, as both solo laners alive for ROTM and the top and jungler alive for Moon Crew.
And top and jungle or top and mid are the strongest members of ROTM, trying to just finish off the triple inhibitors. Oh,
Wing gonna get thrown into the Jarvan Jacuzzi, but Badger loses almost all of his health, and Cardinals trying to sweep in, doesn't quite connect on the bonk. But they'll take the third inhibitor for their trouble and be able to leave in peace.
an Elder Dragon spawning in 15 seconds, and triple inhibitor right before the Elder is really not good for Moon Crew. I like that they went for the engage. They forced the 4v5 and were able to almost come up with a really clean fight there. Unfortunately, our team's just a little bit too strong and they was able to trade back evenly and pick up those inhibitors. But if they give up the Elder, then that is probably game. Our team should be able to just walk it in with that Elder. So we'll see if Moon Crew, they're trying to push in, trying to establish some vision. Our team hasn't started it yet.
Oh, look at the position that Winged has found himself in over the wall. Throws the W out, but he doesn't even need the stun as they've already taken down the Jarvan. The Galio falls shortly after, and it's a double kill for Karasuda. Yeah, that was exactly what they would hope would have happened on the Wander in from Moon Crew.
Yeah, no, RTM played it very well. Although Moon Crew, uncertain why they walked all the way in. They had a blue trinket on the Elder. They knew that RTM hadn't started it yet. But perhaps deciding they needed to get some positioning on it. Unfortunately, ended up dropping for it. And RTM, instead of pushing out the 5v3, want to secure that Elder first, playing it a little bit safe, but they should be able to walk up with these waves now and just close this game out. Wing Nation is sitting in the base, waiting to teleport in. I have to keep an eye and see where he decides to end up with that.
Yeah, Cardinals points, Lexus and Karasuda pushing in some of these minion waves. He's teleported to the top wave, so a little bit far out. The engage from
Ooh.
Badger. They're going to throw the Galio ult on top. The Seraphine ult doing a little bit of damage, but all the execution starting to come through. Yasuo have taken a little bit low. Dash in from Winged as he's able to execute Seraphine on the back end. Hondas can't do anything as they're all run over. An ace for Return to the Middle Sticks right on the doorsteps of the base. And the Nexus will go down for game number 1. I was chuckling because I was about to call it the Lexus. For some reason, I saw his name and anyway. Kind of a leisurely walk through the game for ROTM. It didn't feel like they were under any real significant danger that whole time.
Yeah, no, everything just seemed to go in favor of ROTM, throughout the entire early game, just getting everything that they wanted. And even in the bottom lane where they had a little bit of trouble, able to farm it out and still be, very effective in these team fights. And, everything just went ROTM's way.
Well, we'll take a short break and we'll be back with game number 2. We'll see if Moon Crew can turn it around or if ROTM will be able to close out the series. Um, I'm lying on the text there. My bad.
How dare you,
I mean, really.
Limeris?
Uh, 444 is game 2.
Yep.
nice. They kept the same sides for me.
Extremely considerate of them. How does LRS decide side select? Is it just coin flip game 1 and then loser decides, or do they alternate?
Yeah, the schedule randomized it, and then it's loser picks. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I've got everything loaded. I'm gonna pee really quick.
You're fine.
Alright, I'm back if you're ready.
I am ready.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 of LRS Week 4. In the first game, we saw RTM have a kind of leisurely walk through the game, and we'll see if they can continue pressing that advantage. Oh, I have a copy pasta to redeem. Oh, geez. Maris, aka Maris Traumatic, is a washed-up caster who finds talent by inting in solo queue and letting his teammates carry him. He's specifically known for his Whiffed Akali and Camille ults and protecting himself from coronavirus by using Cleanse.
Oof.
Oof. I mean, they
Marriage
didn't...
traumatic.
Yeah, now that I've seen it written out in paper, and I know that it's true, that's, it hurts a little. Not gonna lie. Alright. Yeah, if you're ready, we'll go ahead in 3, 2, 1, go. On the blue side of the rift, fighting for their lives is going to be Moon Crew Gaming. In the top lane, IXB4 Life, playing the Silas. Badger in the jungle on Olaf. Yasuo in the mid lane playing Yasuo. And I make Hondas and Wolf Nightshade in the bottom lane playing Zaya and Set.
On the red side, ROTM looking to just close this series out. Cardinals 29 top lane on that Cannon. 2004 Lexus GX 470 on the Graves pick. Wing Nation debuting the Viego in the mid lane, and then Karasuda and Points playing the Kaisa in Rel bottom lane. So, Viego. I have not seen much Viego, to be entirely honest. You know, a champion that was released with an extremely low win rate, notably low, something like 35%, but over the course of the patch, did come up to about 50%, and that's where he's sat for a while. So, in terms of the actual power of this pick, I'm not super sure where he lands, so definitely something I want to keep an eye on as this game goes on.
I have strong opinions about this champion, in that I think that he's really poorly designed and will not be able to function to do his job in any meaningful sense.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think he's kind of fun to play though, so there's at least that. But
And at the end of the day, isn't that what it really comes down to?
um, but like he doesn't do enough damage to be an assassin, and he's not tanky enough to be a bruiser, and you can't play him like either, or you die. Um, I I don't understand. If you play him as a jungler, you telegraph every single one of your ganks if you use the only gank tool you have, and your only CC is so fucking easy to dodge that if you're hit by it, you're either playing from Brazil or like disconnected from the game. Maybe turn your monitor on next time.
Okay, so this time around, Wing Nation has avoided the pitfalls of jungle
Yeah,
by just taking it mid, where you can have the straight up man-to-man style fighting that perhaps will go more in his favor. That said, with a name like Yasuo, with
Yasuo
a
of
name like
maybe,
that,
yeah, something like
um, I would imagine this guy probably plays just a tiny bit of Yasuo. To which I would say, giving him Yasuo's, that's certainly a choice. Generally, you want to err on the side of not giving one tricks their one trick, but this time around, ROTM perhaps deciding that not too afraid of the Yasuo. Thinking that the Viego is the true counter.
yeah, I guess we'll see how it all plays out. I'll try to keep my strong opinions notwithstanding, but um, yeah, notably, Karsuda didn't get Callista in exchange, so I don't know what kind of handshake deal they made during Champ Select, but I don't know that I would want it again. Wolf Nightshade and Honda's gonna hit level 3 here in the bottom lane. Will be matched shortly by Karsuda in points. I do really like this lane though, the Rel Kaisa combo. Really fun lane to play, and gonna
Ooh.
showcase that immediately as points goes in. They're on top of Wolf Nightshade. Alright, Rel, he used his Q quite a bit too early there, so wasn't able to break the shield from Wolf Nightshade, and so that trade looks a lot more lopsided than it actually was.
True, Rel Q does just completely break shields, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wolf Nightshade going in, points, trying to counter engage a little bit, gets the stun onto the set, but kind of leaves him off into no man's land. Doesn't get the heal because Karasuda had kited out, disconnected from him, and it's first blood for Hondas.
The poor slow Rel. That said, Lexus is down here. Dodges out on the set E, but doesn't quite have enough damage to be able to take anyone down. In the end of that fight, watching the poor slow Rel when you're dismounted. Not the highest move speed in the world, just slowly trying to waddle away from the fight, but a Moon Crew able to track her down and secure that first blood. So already bot lane in favor of Moon Crew.
Yeah, Lexus picking up some extra farm, though. He won't be super disappointed with that. That's the big bonus.
Yeah, and I was going to mention, a little bit less jungle presence already shown in this game as Lexus wasn't
Lexus
channeling recall.
Gonna get interrupted by the face breaker from Set, able to dodge out of the axe from Badger, and he should be relatively safe. He's got that nice pink chroma on the Praetorian Braves.
What is he sticking around for? Are they trying to 2v3 this? Or is he trying to take his AD carry's farm?
Oh, he flashes forward for the end of the line, trying to finish off the set. They actually, importantly, don't finish off the set. In fact, when the teleport comes in from life, and they'll be able to punish Lexus for that overaggression.
Yeah, he saw the low health bars and just he committed a little bit too far. Unfortunately, not enough damage to take down the set, and that's really awful for Lexus, just falling behind now. Behind this Olaf, who's able to pick up the support, doesn't have to go back to base, and it's just not how you want to start this game out.
All right, some Viego benefits. Winged has, played every single champion in this game in mid lane. So when he's able to channel that Heartbreaker and start controlling every champion, he's got experience on all of those champions in mid lane specifically. So,
is that
big benefits.
Heartbreaker?
Yeah, his ult's just called the Heartbreaker. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the only ability name that I know of his. So don't ask me for any of the others. But
I assume one of them is something to do with Blade of the Ruined King.
Spooky Spook Wall Run. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that was very.
Let's look. Are these? We'll rate
Very
them on a scale. Oh,
descriptive
never
name.
mind. Lexus over the wall looking for Yasuo. Not quite gonna have. Okay. Are they gonna fight? I can't tell if they're
Nah,
gonna fight.
they're
No.
just
Okay.
chilling.
Let's look. On a scale of a normal champion to Kiana, how bad are these names? All right. Passive, Sovereign's Domain. Q is Blade of the Ruined King. Oh, weird. Wouldn't have guessed that one. W is Spectral Maul, and E is Harrowed Path.
Okay, so Spectral Maul. Maul's like a weapon, right? Is
No,
he
Ma like a
holding?
mouth.
Oh, Maw.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, they're not the worst, right? You know, they're
Yeah,
no
they're not
supreme
Kiana.
display of
Yeah.
talent. Um,
Yeah. Or Audacity, or what's her other? The passive is just really stupid. I hate Kiana's ability.
it's
I
such
hate
a
Kiana.
strong.
But yeah.
This is strong opinions, Maris today.
I'm popping off, I guess. I have a lot of opinions on new champions, I guess. So
Yeah,
so
that said,
better than Kiana, but probably kind of meh compared to most other champions. If I had to put it on a
Life
list.
took the Cannonall.
Yeah, Life has taken the Slicing Maelstrom. They're gonna, shoot them up next to each other. That was a very pretty display. You had a Venn diagram for a little bit of people trapped inside of a Kennen ultimate, and it was both of them for a little bit, and then it was only one.
Indeed. It was no longer a Venn diagram.
Oh, the E wasn't quite able to stun Wolf Nightshade, and now Point's forced to try to engage. He gets rooted up by Hondas, and he'll pay for trying to get Karasuda out to safety. So good guy Points dies for his support.
Typical 80 carries getting your support killed. That said, while we were debating the merits of the new champion ability names, our team was able to secure the first dragon. So starting that up early in the game is always good. That's 2 games in a row that they've been able to get that first dragon pretty early, and even without a champion like the Olaf. So good on Lexus to be able to do that, and perhaps the only thing that's really going in their favor so far, as across the map, you know, it's 3-0 in score, 2k gold lead in favor of Mooncrew, who just have been having a much more proactive early game this time around, it feels, and our team's bot lane might get caught again. Oh no.
X-Flash being channeled to right on top of Karasuda. Go ahead and suplex him in. Karasuda has the dash out. The Haymaker, not quite enough damage, but the Kaisa forced to burn Flash and ult in order to escape that. What would have been just another bot lane kill for Hondas and Wolf Nightshade.
Pretty well played by Karasuda to get out, but the situation itself was pretty poor, and you know, not one that lends itself to keeping up in experience or in CS in this bottom lane. Is Karasuda forced to recall? That said, Points roaming up to the topside Herald. Looks like the rest of our team has started that up, and he's able to secure that. Going in the pocket of Lexus.
I haven't seen Kennen too much since his ability VGU, not VGU, but they made his abilities shinier, and they're not bad. I don't mind them.
Yeah, Kennen is a pick that's been seeing a little bit more play recently. Interestingly enough, Cardinals going for the, as we see Life, perhaps engaging just a little bit here. Badger showed on the wave. I don't know why he's walking in the bush. I don't know who he's taking out there, but Cardinals has the Leeching Leer in inventory, which assumedly means he's going towards the Riftmaker, which is the bad item. Riftmaker, I think, is not very strong on any champions in the game right now, so we'll see how well he's able to do with that one. As opposed to going for just a rock
takes
belt.
A tower shot. Not gonna pay for it. It looks like as the tornado doesn't connect from Yasuo, and both mid laners continue playing the farm game in mid lane. I don't know enough about Viego to say if that benefits him at all, but I know that Yasuo's going to be relatively happy to go ahead and scale up to his second item.
And it is extremely close there in that mid lane, only 3 CS apart. So we really do get to see, you know, unfiltered how strong both of these champions are when they're allowed to get into the mid game, you know, relatively unmolested.
Yeah, Lexus wanders through mid, still has Shelly available to drop if he wants to do that, but for now, just going to pass by, make sure that his mid laner can get back out to safety, especially with Wolf headed up for the gank. Winged has to be a little bit careful, might get run down by the Olaf as Wolf has returned to bottom lane now, just hits the Facebreaker for his Aftershock proc, playing that Omni Stone set, so anytime you can get a new keystone up, it's kind of fun just to test it out. Looks like a dive being set up by Moon Crew Gaming. Four of the crew are here looking for it, and they've separated Karasuda from points. Hit the last breath immediately onto Karasuda. He'll fall to Badger as Wolf Nightshade will finish that one off with the Haymaker. Wing trying to turn this one back around. Can he get any of the resets through? Doesn't look like he'll do a whole lot more than clear the wave at this point.
Yeah, and even sticking around after that would
Lexus
be
in the top
very
lane
dangerous.
looking for the gank. Life a little bit low. The flash forward is the Graves ultimate stolen and used just to try to get a little bit of space. Lexus still has his life goes in with the abduct. He'll take down Cardinals, but eventually burned down to the red smite.
And Lexus was just holding his ult the entire time, didn't think they needed it to secure the kill, but he does end up paying with the life of his top laner, so even on the opposite side of the map where they're trying to get something back, RotM ends up losing out as
Lexus?
Lexus?
He was
Buddy?
holding it for that moment.
Okay. Gets a couple plates there, so not all lost. The directed camera seems very interested in having us watch his entire path back to his golems. Moon Crew though, great setup on that dive down bottom lane. I really like just how proactive they've been this game. You know, significantly more so than last game, applying a lot of pressure down this bottom lane. I really like seeing Wolf Nightshade, you know, on this set pick has had much more, already much more of an impact on the game than he did last game on the Seraphine. So, you know, being on that playmaker, it seems to be suiting him well.
Yeah, Honda's here looking for Wing, force him to use the little trail to get out, but he's got set in the wings. Ignite used, and he'll hop away with the Heartbreaker.
That was really weird. The Heartbreaker, it looked like it disjointed the Facebreaker from the set. Just looked kind of funny. Not used to seeing that interaction yet, so.
Yeah, I mean, most people would rate the heart as more important than the face, so that's why it gets priority.
Is that how that works?
Oh, or as Wing says, you're unstoppable in the Viego R, one of the two.
I think your explanation makes quite a bit of sense, frankly.
Well,
Okay.
a couple of first batch of mythic items is finished up. Nothing super out of the ordinary. As you mentioned, the Rift Maker finished up for Cardinals. Interestingly, he's gotten the Summoner Spellbook this game, so flexing around some of those. He's got Exhaust currently in his back pocket. I don't know if he's got Teleport up behind it. Might be something worth keeping an eye on. But he's set up down in the bottom lane, still in that isolated 1v1 against Life, who has had a really strong early game on this Sylas. And I guess early game wasn't really the issue last game either on the Gangplank. He was doing relatively well, keeping up in farm, got that big tower, and then the game just kind of snowballed away from him. But he was up a significant chunk of CS on Cardinals last game. This game, it's the kills in his advantage.
Yep, so still feeling pretty good about himself on both sides of that. As we've sort of lulled a little bit here in the mid game, you know, since that dive basically, not a whole lot has happened. Just sort of trading farm across the map. There is a Rift Herald spawning here in just a few seconds. It looks like Alexis is going to be the first one onto that. Dragon doesn't spawn for another couple minutes, so see, that might be our next big fight is Wing Nation and Yasuo, you know, just sort of trading autos with their big swords and not enough damage for either person to actually commit on.
Yeah, definitely hit the lull state. I think part of that is because it's really hard to set up CC for the Graves with some of these picks, but um, it is kind of weird. Why do you think that we've hit this lull right now, and who does
Is
that benefit?
Viego going Stridebreaker?
Um, maybe.
Is that what? I'm pretty sure those items build into Stridebreaker, which feels really weird. I think that we've just stalled out because there's a lack of big objectives on the map to force fights around. So, you know, they're just sort of trading farm back and forth. I think that it's probably pretty good for both teams. As you know, they're just sort of waiting for the next big objective to force a fight.
And there's the Stridebreaker completed for Wing Nation.
Uh, I don't know. Does Viego have trouble sticking to champions? And is he tanky enough that he doesn't need Gore Drinker? I guess would be my question.
See, I have opinions, and they really hurt the way that I analyze that, so I'm gonna not give you mine right now.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it. See if he's able to, you know, particularly run anyone down. You know, to take full advantage of that Stridebreaker. It should make it hard, you know, for I suppose Zaya to run away. Yeah, I don't know how much he's trying to run away from, or rather, Olaf is trying to run away from him, or Silas, or even Yasuo.
Yeah, the Dragon
Badger.
up in 12 seconds, so we are going to see a fight break out now as Wolf Nightshade goes in, pulls Wing Nation back. Again, he's visible once you get close enough to him. They'll ult points back into the team. A lot of damage from that Haymaker, though, from Wolf Nightshade, and they're on top of points. They finished one off. Yasuo just diving through the team. They'll finish off Cardinals as well, but Wing's got the reset. He's on top of the Yasuo. Can he pilot this one out? It looks like that's gonna just be it. Tornado thrown out. He hits it. He's got another kill to hop forward and dashing back out. Badger low, Wolf Nightshade low, but they just can't find the kills. Honda's able to finish off Lexus because of the tower help. Life goes in. He finds Karasuda. He'll find Winged. It's an ace for Moon Crew.
And that's a 5-for-1 going in favor of Moon Crew off of the engage there from Wolf Nightshade. You know, they knew that the dragon was coming up. They got the Predator from the Omnistone and decided that was their time to go in. And, you know, really well-played team fight as they're able to just sort of play their ranges perfectly and get out with, you know, 1 HP across the board. And they end up picking up the dragon and 5 kills. Now a 6k gold lead in their favor. And, you know, just a stark contrast to game 1 where everything went RotM's way. This time around, Moon Crew on top.
Yeah, and it feels like there were just one or two little things that if they went ROTM's way, we could be looking at a 5-for-1 or 5-for-2 back the other way. But particularly like Lexus tanked that one tower shot. Wing just kind of not able to get fully involved. I didn't see what happened to Cardinals, but you know, just a couple of little things, and I think that ROTM wins the fight rather than Moon Crew. But because they do, it's a 7,000 gold lead, and it's huge for Moon Crew.
Yeah, and especially at the end of that fight, Wing Nation with the Heartbreaker had the resets, was sort of set up to be able to take care of some of those low HP health bars. But unfortunately, the reset on his ult ended up missing onto the Olaf, so Olaf walks away with just 1 HP, and you know, it sort of stalled the cleanup before it could start as Winged and Life are fighting.
Yeah, and that's going significantly in favor of Life. Now he's got the Viego ultimate, but Lexus looking for the gank in top lane. Yasuo has no minion wave that he can retreat to, and Lexus just executes him with the collateral damage.
That's a really good approach by Lexus, using the Gale Force to close the gap and then just sort of chasing Yasuo down with that red buff. And that's a good way of just getting a little bit of gold back in the pocket and, you know, slowing down the momentum just a little bit of Moon Crew, who, you know, for the last few minutes, everything's been going their way. So, you know, a couple picks like that is sort of what ROTM needs to get back into this.
Hex Flash, not quite looking for the engage there from Wolf Nightshade, but he'll walk back and punch a ward to death, as you do. Do you think wards are, like, painful to hit, or nah?
Well, you know, once you hit them for the third time, they just sort of break apart, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine you really are punching them, and it takes 3 good punches. I imagine it doesn't feel good. Although Set is out here punching everyone, right? Can you
Yeah.
imagine how great it feels to punch, Rel's armor, or punch Cho'Gath or anything like that?
See,
So,
Cho'Gath I think is just he's really squishy, but like
you think he's squishy? I think that he has a very thick carapace that would not be fun to punch. He's like a big armored bug.
yeah, for some reason I think of it more just like purple flesh. Maybe I'm thinking more like Kog'Maw. Like Kog'Maw looks like he'd be pretty squishy overall.
Maybe. I feel like
But
Kog'Maw's.
then like Cho'Gath would just be a more evolved Kog'Maw. So
I think
I'll just kind
Kog'Maw
of
is
carry the
like.
squishiness.
I think he has like some harder shell on like his back. Maybe along
Yeah.
the tail, but his stomach is very squishy. I would imagine. Um,
I mean
so yes,
sometimes
I would feel better about punching Kog'Maw than I would punching Cho'Gath. I think
I'll
is
I'll
the
take that one.
takeaway.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems fair.
So we sort of slowed down again. Minute 30 on this next dragon. We saw it the last time the dragon was spawning was Mooncrew's sort of their timer to start looking for a pick. So we'd expect them to start looking for that in the next minute or so, coming off a reset. So they already have pretty good vision established around that dragon pit. So probably going to go in, get prio in mid, and then look to protect that vision, make sure RTM isn't able to clear it out.
Well, they land the Void Seeker onto Honda's, force him to use that Gale Force to get out to safety. So RTM kind of looking for the pick as well, but it might be Lexus that's picked. He's able to dodge out of the Abduct and continue retreating. So they'll cede control of the Dragon Pit to Mooncrew. Again, not the most important dragon. This would be, dragon number 3 for Mooncrew, or number 2 for ROTM. So not the highest priority, but we'll see if these teams value it enough to fight for.
Now, it looks like they're positioning around it, looking for the 5v5. Lexus is front line. He's getting caught on the side there. Wolf Nightshade trying to engage.
I really like what Silas is doing. Life coming through this flank route means that Cardinals can't use it in order to engage on the team. So you're not seeing Cardinals come in from that big flank. They're going for the engage as it's a huge cannon ult from the Silas. Life is just tearing through the fight, and they found a couple of kills. Badger chasing down Cardinals at the end of this one. He's on a killing spree. Cardinals finally uses the Slicing Maelstrom for himself, but there's no use. It's a double kill for Badger, and that was just a huge fight off of the back of, well, it might not be done. Lexus running for his life on the backside, gets pulled in by the Facebreaker, the Haymaker. They can't quite track him down. Badger, though, on the cutoff, he'll eventually fall as he runs right into the Olaf in melee range. That's not where you want to be. The ace for Mooncrew Gaming, and what a Slicing Maelstrom from Life.
Yeah, massive wombo setup by this set. Wolf Nightshade getting the engage, getting everyone on top of each other, and then Life taking advantage of the Slicing Maelstrom is able to just tear through the team of ROTM. And ROTM didn't have a whole lot going for him there. They weren't able to trade back much damage. Cardinals himself wasn't able to get into the fight. So everything just goes Mooncrew's way. They get the Baron, and they haven't even reset yet. They are confident in the 5v4 and are able to pick up the Dragon as well, now on Soul Point. Wow.
Yeah, and it's so hard because it feels like a lot of that. I mean, the initial initiation on the back of points for, on Rel would be good if he can, find that clumped up target. But at no point is Mooncrew really clumped up, and they're doing such a good job of sweeping around their flanks so that Cardinals can't find a way in, that it's just such a hard team fight for ROTM to find.
Definitely. It's very difficult. At this point, down 8k, it's really hard to see, what is the perfect team fight that they would actually be able to come out on top of. At this point, it's hard to imagine one. I think that they have to start looking for picks, trying to separate people and get little skirmishes off on the side, because right now in a straight up fight against Mooncrew, they aren't having a whole lot of success and aren't likely to see any.
Well, 16-3, and Mooncrew continuing to press their advantage as they've grouped up in mid lane. Wolf gets caught just a little bit, but maybe he's the one that's doing the catching as he pulls Lexus in. just going to force him out of the side of the fight. Ooh, I don't think Life actually wanted that abduct had he hit it, but you know, looking for the further engage. They'll keep this minion healthy. They've got 2 cannon minions wailing away on the inhibitor tower, and Return of the Middle Sticks really can't find their way in. Now there's Life as he pulls him in with the Rel ultimate. Another big wombo combo set up by the Silas. We'll see if they can fight their way out, and it just doesn't look like it for ROTM. Lexus is the last one alive, and he's tracked down by Life on the backside. Really good fight for Moon Crew Gaming, and on the footsteps of the base means that they'll be able to take down the second Nexus of the series.
Yeah, and a really good comeback after a game 1 where nothing went their way. This time around, completely to the opposite. A lot of it off of the back of Wolf Nightshade on this set. And then these last 2 fights, Life on the Silas has just been so effective at setting them up for a winning fight. And really well played by Moon Crew to take us to match point.
Yeah, so a dominating game 1 for Return of the Middle Sticks, a dominating game 2 back the other way for Moon Crew. We'll step aside for just a minute or two while we load up game number 3 and find out who takes the series. I feel like I set myself up to say more at the end, and then I just didn't, and then I cut it on. As you do.
I'll be honest, I do that a lot. So I don't blame you for that.
Alright, are you ready for the game?
I am ready.
Alright. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 of LRS Week 4. 2 undefeated teams squaring off to see who stays undefeated and who doesn't. That's not as dramatic as I'd hoped. If you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go. On the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars once again, are Moon Crew Gaming. IX B4 Life in the top lane playing Mortahäuser. Badger in the jungle on Olaf. Yasuo reprising his role on Yasuo. And Hondas and Wolf Nightshade in the bottom lane playing Xayah and Thresh.
RTM looking to try and claw their way back in. Take the series for themselves. Cardinals 29 on the Gnar in the top lane. Lexus playing the Jarvan in the jungle. Wing Nation with the Victor mid lane. And then Karasuda finally got the Kalista. And then points with the Alistar. So strong bottom lane, but you see the same invade from game 1. Flash committed this time by Wolf Nightshade means that Karasuda starting the game off with no flash.
Yeah, repricing game 1, that went pretty well for ROTM, so I'm feeling good about that.
Did the same thing. They got XP again for Life, so he's going to be walking into that top lane, getting level 2 off of that first wave. So yeah, a cheeky little invade goes in favor of Moon Crew again. I think the most important thing is Kalista losing her flash could mean that we see a little bit of aggression from Badger towards that bottom lane early, try and take advantage of that. Or even in the last game, there were a lot of 2v2 kills in favor of Moon Crew in that bottom lane. So, something to keep an eye on as our team's bot lane already put at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and we'd even talked about it a little bit last night as it happened in one of the games, but trading support flash for ADC flash at level 1 usually feels fine for the support, and um, I know that Lane said he wanted to see more teams do that. Well, now you get your wish ahead of behind time chronologically, you know? Um,
Hmm.
I'm sure that makes perfect sense.
I almost followed it, so I'm sure it made sense. Either way, I think it's interesting we see the opposite junglers from game one. Badger this time around on the Olaf, Lexus playing the Jarvan. So again, just like in game one, Jarvan sort of has to, as we see
Oh yeah,
already,
level
Life
2
taking
from
advantage of the
Life.
XP.
He's got the isolated bonk onto Cardinals. He's holding his flash just for a little bit of safety, but a big trade for Life, and he'll continue to be able to shove that one in.
Yeah, it's very good for Life, who should probably be on the losing side of this matchup because Gnar is ranged, so, any sort of pressure he's getting early is good for him. That said, Lexus has to be looking for something in this early game, because if he just clears, he's going to get out-farmed, and he's already invading into the Olaf. Olaf on the Wolves. This will be really awkward if they end up finding each other.
Ooh, he spots him
Lexus,
onto the blue buff, so Lexus knows where the Olaf is. Gonna walk in here, 600, 500 health, autos it down.
oh,
Oh, the smite from Badger's gonna heal him back up. Winged, able to use the death ray over the wall, but can they actually track down the kill onto Badger? The flash over, flag and drag to follow, gets the knock up in first blood, goes to Lexus, but the collapse from Life, maybe trying to turn this back around, uses the claw to try to escape, but forced to commit his own flash. Hop over from Cardinals as he gets another auto. The flag and drag is good on top of Life, and Cardinals takes home that kill. Really patiently and well played by Lexus during both of those little encounters.
really good invade. Smart invade because Olaf is known for getting pretty low on his camps. Unfortunately, didn't quite hit the smite onto the blue, means that Olaf's able to secure it as Points is kind of in a bad position. Karasuda can't help him out,
Yeah,
and
gets rooted
Points is gonna
up
go
and
down.
flayed around, has to flash away,
Oh,
and importantly, Wolf Nightshade can't follow with his own flash, so he'll make it out to safety for now, but those health bars definitely in favor of Hondas and Nightshade in the bottom lane.
but Lexus.
Lexus looking for the gank in mid,
Oh,
just swings by on the
oh,
flag and drag,
Badger's here
but
though.
Badger's here to try to
That's
counter.
scary.
Looking for the knock-up Ignite coming down, the flash through, and the flash for the tornado from Yasuo finds Lexus on the backside of the fight, and that's a really good 2v2 kill, I guess, for Yasuo.
Yeah, Jarvan is really strong early, but the issue is once you miss the EQ, your effectiveness has gone down. Whereas Badger on the Olaf also
Oh,
really
that's a
strong.
good hook, though, onto
Oh
Karasuda.
no.
Immediately the feathers are there to take him down, and Nightshade and Honda's continuing where they left off in game number 2.
That's so much experience that Karasuda is missing there underneath that turret. Already Mooncrew's bottom lane so far ahead. And then even the lead that ROTM did end up building in that top lane, in the mid lane, in the jungle, is sort of falling behind as Alexis ends up dying there. It's a little bit scary for ROTM. Alexis, though, off of the reset, off the death, is coming to his top lane. Shows on the ward, but might be looking for something. Or just retreating back to his jungle to farm it out.
Yeah, I like how up-tempo he's been playing, though, really trying to make use of the strengths of the character that he has in counter to Badger, um, but is, notably continuing to fall a little bit off the pace in terms of farm, as you would expect, and we'll have to see him get a couple more successful ganks, especially once he hits level 6 and has access to the Jacuzzi.
And he is resetting again, and he had just reset because of the death, so recalling just to buy some boots there and head back towards his bottom side, and he's just very far behind this Olaf at this point. Full level, at
Oh,
least 3
Karasuda
camps.
getting hooked. Points isn't here to help him out. Ignite going to come down. That's a big chunk coming through onto Karasuda, and it'll be even more difficult now for him to continue to step up in that lane.
Wolf Nightshade, again, once he's not on the Seraphine, he's on a Playmaker, has just been so effective this time around on the Thresh, just hitting so many hooks and applying so much pressure in this lane. Really good look here from Mooncrew. as they just are so far ahead. Karasuda having to recall again, now down 15 CS and is going to lose more to that turret. Well, as if Mooncrew's able to crash that, they should be able to. But since it got stalled here, perhaps Karasuda not going to be quite as far behind as he otherwise would be.
Yeah.
But that does mean that Mooncrew's going to be able to pick up this first dragon.
I was about to say the pressure in mid and bottom lane going to make this very easy for Badger to walk in and pick up. Not even going to bother with a smite on it, and he'll take that one down. So early, getting the dragon started early for Mooncrew. I think that's their first dragon of the series.
Yeah, flipping the script a little bit. This time around, being the first one to pick up the dragon means that they're setting themselves up for that sole win con around 22-23 minutes. So something to keep an eye on, see if they'll be able to keep up that pressure. That said, Lexus is hovering there in the mid lane. Might have been expecting Yasuo to go a little bit hard there, just hovering to see if he can help out as Victor.
Yeah, the couple of assists, though, helping out Victor. He's already got the empowered Death Ray, so he can clear that minion wave a little bit better, but the double flay coming in from Nightshade as they're trying to get onto points. They get the hook back into the snare, and this is pretty clinical from the bottom lane right now from Mooncrew. They're putting so much pressure on points in Karasuda.
They're doing really well here, and into a lane of Kalista Alistar, which normally is pretty strong in the early game, especially against a champ like Xayah. You know, just really applying so much pressure and so much damage. And even though Thrush is they might be able to just solo kill him under a turret here. Badger's coming around the side, trying to set up the dive, it looks like, and RTM has to back up. They have to give this. They're losing so much experience again.
Yeah,
They're just doomed here in the bottom lane.
I was going to say, it just feels like Badger is there at the right time. Gnar into the wall as Cardinals looking for life, maybe trying to retreat to his own jungler. Lexus at least getting something in return, is grabbing the blue buff, might be able to grab the Herald as well on the back of this play, but is losing his blue side notably for it.
Yeah, it's, you know, neutral at best. Maybe picking up the Herald, be able to get a few plates and some money in his pocket in return, but... Oh, that's the Mordekaiser ult being committed.
Yeah, life pulling Cardinals into the Sex Dungeon. Gonna hop away as Cardinals trying to kite that one out. They're going to come out into the daylight, and Lexus is here in the top lane. Get the flash out of life. Throws him into the jacuzzi, but he's still tanking tower. A couple more autos. Oh, he's got the shield, baiting with it. And Yasuo is here trying to collapse. Badger running down Wing Nation on the side. Uses the Ragnarok to get out of the gravity well, flashes forward looking for one more. Undertow doesn't actually need it, it's just the auto attacks. Doesn't even need them to look at Lexus either, and they'll force the members of ROTM away from what was an attempted gank.
Yeah, and that means that Lexus isn't able to finish securing the
Points
Herald.
Getting pulled in, the flash box from Nightshade not quite there. Points goes back in. They're looking to try to turn this onto Honda's. Featherstorm used. Karasuda able to dodge a little bit out of that. Teleport coming in. It's Wing Nation trying to finish that one off, but the hook is there to finish off Karasuda. Winged might be able to, well, he'll at least get credit for the kill regardless as he autos down Wolf Nightshade at the end of it. But again, a 1 for 2 and the teleport used by Wing Nation at least to get that one back, but Mooncrew continuing to press their advantage, and now they're onto the Rift Herald as well.
And so you should be able to pick that one up.
Chaos Storm used. Honda's
coming out.
Yeah, path around the turret for some reason, just to make it a little more interesting, but is going to get himself out of there. Teleport in mid lane coming in. Cardinals' Mega has the Gnar ultimate available if they can catch anybody. Throws Badger into the wall. The Chomp, that was... The eye was still in the pit. Nobody picked it up after finishing off the Herald, and it'll dissipate after the kill. So Cardinals able to get that one back with a well-timed teleport.
Yeah, no, good job there, I suppose, from being able to deny Mooncrew that Herald. For some reason, not picking it up the first time that they killed it. So, you know, it's a little bit going back in favor of RTM. That said, right now this bottom lane is just bleeding out, and it's not getting much better for Mooncrew, as they're just so far ahead. Well, not going much better for RTM. Wolf Nightshade just protecting his pink ward there, and yeah, it's just a significant CS and XP lead here in the bottom lane, making it hard for RTM's bottom lane to even exist.
Yeah, and that pink ward in the blue buff brush area. I was going to say
Oh
pit,
my
but it's
god.
not a pit. Going to spot Lexus doing his Gromp right now. So the bot lane of Hondas and Wolf Nightshade should know he's on the bottom side, probably going to look for a lane gank here, and they can play really passively if they need to.
That said, the Xayah has a finished Gale Force is so strong they might be able to win this 2v3, honestly. And Lexus is showing on the ward. If they want to bait it, they can. The Xayah is just so strong right now.
Yasuo dashes through the gravity well, looking for a little bit more, flashes forward for the knock-up, and he'll finish that one off with the last breath. Yasuo with the solo kill in mid lane.
Yeah, it's sort of, I think, what you would expect from this matchup. Wing did a good job of not dying to it beforehand, but a good solo kill from
Oh,
Yasuo. And
Hook gonna
points,
land onto points. He's continuing to scrap
not
this one
using his
out.
ult?
Yeah, really needs to use the Unbreakable to stop getting pulled back in by the Thresh Hook. And instead will fall for the second time this game, and that'll give the second dragon over to Moon Crew.
Yeah, everything is going in favor of them. They are just so far ahead at this point, and that being the second dragon means we'll be able to see. It looks like it's going to be Mountain Soul on the table, which feels pretty good for both teams. So whoever ends up picking that up will be feeling pretty good about themselves. But right now, Moon Crew feels like they're firmly in the driver's seat, even though the lead is only 2,000. Just with how much of it is in this bottom lane, it feels like they're just very far ahead right now.
Yeah, and the Gale Force compared to the Zerker Greaves longsword, dagger is just such a huge advantage down there for Hondas.
And it does not feel good to be the person on the tier 2 boots versus the completed mythic.
Cardinals gets a turret plate back for himself in the top lane. He's farming really well this game. Hook gonna land onto Karsuit as he was looking for the minion wave. And again, Honda's able to find that kill. The 2v2 just going so well for Moon Crew.
Yeah, that said, Lex is coming top lane.
Lexus is the one that
He
gets pulled
doesn't
into
win
the
this
Sex
fight.
Dungeon. Just leaves him in the Cataclysm, and they're staring at each other across the gap. The bonkening comes through, almost eliminating him. Life trying to win the 1v2. Has his shield still up if he needs it. Now finally committing it. He gets the bonk onto Lexus for one. Throws away with the Claw. The Gnar not quite able to connect onto Life as he's herded into the alcove. Is an alcove gamer currently. And Winged burning down, has the little shield from the Q to save his life. Life is regenning from the red buff. The bonk over the wall is canceled by the wallop. Cardinals with the hop, trying to get some distance, but he'll eventually get bonked down and sent to horny jail by Life.
And in the 1 versus 2, Life is able to come out on top after Lexus went back in trying to finish off Life, but ends up dying for it. And, wow, it's just a tragedy across the board for ROTM. Jeez.
Well, a 5,000 gold lead for Moon Crew as they're continuing to push in. You know, nobody has left their lanes yet at 14 minutes. Haven't really had a need to, but Life pressuring this tier 1. Tier 1 in mid already low. Tier 1 in bot already gone. It's hard to find a way back in for Return to the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, you're sort of relying on the scaling from this Victor, I suppose, as one of your main win conditions. You know, you might be able to set up the Dream Jarvan Jacuzzi into a Victor ult to just try and one-shot everybody, but right now, you're getting outskilled in the bottom lane. You know, scaling's even at best top lane, and probably in favor of Moon Crew in the jungle, so you're sort of on a timer. The longer this game goes, I don't think that it goes in your favor, so RTM should be feeling pressured right now. This next dragon is probably the timer at which they need to be as strong as possible and start trying to win a fight, because right now it's just not looking good for them.
Yeah, 16 minutes on the clock, 2 minutes left on that first Mountain Dragon spawn. Another hook. Points has just been a magnet for them this game. And Hondas and Nightshade continuing to push in.
Yeah, I'll keep saying it. Wolf Nightshade, once he got off of that Seraphine, has just been so effective. That's the first hook that I've seen miss on camera all game. You know, once he's on this playmaker, has just been so effective at getting leads for his team. You know, really playing extremely well these last 2 games, sort of keeping Moon Crew in it and establishing this lead for him.
Hook gonna
Let's get
land
another
onto
hook.
Winged. they don't have the backup right now to really go for it, but showing that that one was a fluke, still gonna flex on you. And with Yasuo here, they'll push in on that mid lane tower and take it down. So all three down at 14 or at 1642, and Moon Crew have their choice of run of the map. Wolf Nightshade gonna hook up. That didn't really look like it hit, but it magnetizes to points anyway.
Yeah, points just a little bit too wide there, just getting hit by every single hook. And Moon Crew, we'll see if they pick up the Herald this time around.
He
Just in time for the dragon spawning in just 20 seconds. Should be able to secure that as Cardinals having to burn Flash from the pressure exerted by life there. So
Dragon
won't
up
have
here
that
in
up for the
5
dragon
seconds.
fight.
Badger just walks forward for the undertow. Um, or the reckless swing, excuse me, on onto Lexus, but they're getting
Our team's
bullied
not in
out
a
of this
place
dragon
to
pit.
help. They're not in a place to contest this. It's already going in Moon Crew's favor. They're going to be able to just finish it off, and they're now on sole point with no contest from RTM.
Yeah, with both teleports up, feels like maybe they could have looked for it, but just choosing to scale up isn't the worst idea. It's not the soul, at least, that they have given up with that hook. I don't know how he knew Winged was there, but
He
almost
just
makes it
always
big.
knows. He always knows. If you're on the same side of the map as Thrashy's coming for you.
Yasuo
Yasuo,
looking for Karasuda, has the knockup available next. There's the tornado into the last breath. Life comes in and steals his kill. But Karasuda pushed up really far without too much ward coverage on the side.
yeah, and this Yasuo is just so strong. Has the shield bow, has the ignite to counter Karasuda's own shield bow, and just it seems like it's an impossible fight for Karasuda to win with that wave. Yasuo can just chase him down forever, and Moon Crew popping the Herald to keep pressuring these turrets and pick up this standing goal, doing a really good job of not letting the pressure up at all in this mid game.
Yeah, I like that none of them saw the ward in the blue buff. Oh, now finally Yasuo's gonna walk in there and get it. But yeah, 50 seconds on the Baron spawn. They're 7,000, well, 6,500 gold ahead right now, and I don't know. Is there a point where RTM can come back?
I mean, I think that the only way that RTM could come back to this, maybe if they get a couple picks on the side, Moon Crew runs it a little bit, and gives them a chance to farm back up and pick some items up. That might be a win condition. Or if Moon Crew just runs straight to this Baron, potentially coin flipping a fight over Baron could go RTM's way, but the issue is, again, they're just getting outscaled at too many points on the map here that it seems like it's going to be a really uphill battle for them, the entire way. As they are engaging onto Thresh. But
Yeah, looking for Wolf Nightshade, trying to lock him up. A lot of ultimates burned. They're continuing to knock him up, bop him around
to
in this
damage.
pit. But in comes Yasuo from the side, just tearing through. In exchange for their Thresh, he's going to take all of their lives. The knockup comes through. Cardinals, the last one alive, just able to escape from the hook. But 4 for Thresh. I was about to say that they're really struggling to find a proactive play, but I guess when that's the proactive play that you make, maybe don't, I guess.
They had so much time alone with the Thresh, a solid 10-15 seconds of DPS, and they weren't able to take him down. Moon Crew was able to rotate over and just take advantage of everyone on RTM being on cooldown, and that's just disaster. Now that RTM's staring down a 9.5k gold lead, as well as that Baron buff, their options are becoming ever more limited as this time goes on. And yeah, I like that they're looking for a play. At least they've identified chilling and farming out isn't going to fix it for them. So that they're looking for something, I think, is good. Unfortunately, that time around, they just didn't have the damage or the stats to actually be able to take Thresh down, and Moon Crew's able to take advantage of them diving just a little bit too deep.
Yeah, now Moon Crew slowly setting up for this Baron push. Even more slowly, considering Yasuo just recalled, rebacked, if you will. But yeah,
Yeah.
21 minutes on the clock. Uh, we're still, relatively early stages of it. But inner towers being threatened, being taken down, and now finally set up. Yasuo is headed down to the bottom lane, so this will be just the pure four-man squad as the Yasuo can't join super easily without just, walking the entire way there.
Setting up the 4-1, I think makes a lot of sense for Moon Crew here. No one should be able to match the Yasuo, so applying Baron to as many lanes as possible and pushing them in, is probably their best bet. Still about a minute and a half, so 3 more waves of that Baron. As Yasuo's pushed all the way up, he's about to be hitting inhibitor turrets. RTM's looking for the engage here mid.
Yeah, Mega Gnar is achieved as they'll trap the Olaf into the pit, but he just immediately 1v1s Lexus. Only a little bit of help from the Thresh. Now has the Lantern out if he wants it. Yasuo is going to take it from Badger. All 4 living members of ROTM kind of herded away toward this bottom side. They'll pull points back out with the Fate's Call. It's a good gravity well to stop the pursuit, the flash forward from life. They'll grab the Lantern onto Yasuo. The hook gonna land onto points as he tanks it for his team. They'll finish off the Alistar. Honda's is on a rampage. The inhibitor turret's down. Inhibitor to follow. Will they be able to even successfully defend the base at this point?
It looks like Moon Crew isn't looking for the end here. Badger on the Olaf is just going back and securing that Mountain Soul, and the Moon Crew's just sort of walking out. They only have Baron for another 20 seconds, so maybe deciding that they've gotten enough with it. They did break the base open and are going to be securing the Soul here, so perhaps wanting to play it a little bit safe with their 12k gold lead. Reset, spend a little bit of that money that they have, and prepare for the real game-ending push.
Yeah, let's take a quick review of the items. The Demonic Embrace finished up for life means that, plus the Oblivion Orb means that it's going to be very difficult to get away successfully from a fight in the Death Realm. You don't have a whole lot of extra things going for you now. Essence Reaver for Xayah, Infinity Edge now for Yasuo, so his build's completed. Badger has the Sterix Gauge and even a little bit of Magic Resist to go with it, just to make sure that it's not the Victor that's killing him.
Yeah, no, it's going to be very difficult, and Honda's finally making it back to base, finishes up the Infinity Edge as well, rounding out that inventory. 3 completed items. Looking over to Karasuda's only, 1.5. It feels really bad to be on the side of ROTM, just everything. Uh, everything in the inventory of Moon Crew is looking really good here as they're setting up. They do have the super minions pushing in on the bottom lane. Like they're trying to push in top and mid at the same time, try and get a little bit of pressure, maybe force RTM into a fight or just picking up a free turret. Said mid lane is just the 2 carries, Yasuo and Xayah by themselves, potentially an engage point,
lands
but
onto points. They'll go in the big Jarvan Jacuzzi onto Hondas and Yasuo, but they just don't have the follow-up damages. None of the carries can get in. They'll gnar some people into the wall, but at this point RTM has fallen apart. Double kill for Xayah. They'll continue to chase down as Olaf with a reckless swing underneath the tower. 2 kills for Xayah, 2 kills for Yasuo, 1 kill for Olaf, the Bud Light ace, and the game, the Nexuses, everything for Moon Crew Gaming.
Yeah, they already had the wave here, and after such a strong early game, really doing a good job of transferring that lead and just taking over the entire map. Really well played by Moon Crew after really rough game 1, just coming back and having 2 extremely clean games here. Well done by them.
Yeah, and for ROTM, it just feels like the biggest struggle was finding any proactive play while they're behind. It felt like a lot of calls just to continue to sit there and scale, but that's not how you come back in games typically. Usually it's either you're finding a proactive play or your proactive plays force a throw from the enemy team, and most of the time you're not going to be able just to sit there and wait for enemies to make a mistake. So, that being said, a 2-1 victory for Moon Crew. They improved to 4-0. Return of the Middle Sticks falls to 3-1. They've got a huge game this week, again against Team Bad Papas. I believe is the full team name. But another 3-1 team, another top of the table team for Return of the Middle Sticks to kind of have as a big measuring stick for where the season's going to go.
Definitely something to keep an eye on. Is it sort of really hammers out the top of the standings there for their group. See how it ends up shaking out before playoffs.
Yeah. Tomorrow night is the gold game as well. LAS is playing. I don't remember the name of the team. Is it the other university team? I just wrote it not too long ago. Hold on. It's RAR! Exclamation point. They're also undefeated, so a couple really big games in Legends this week. But for now, we're going to take another short break, and then we've got a solo or flex queue game cast. I think it's solo duo from Dyslexic as he turned in the points. So that should be some fun, some good memes, and we'll be right back with that. Did I never finish the prediction the other night? Oh, no, I didn't. Wow.
Did you not?
I'm holding points hostage.
Wow, how dare you? How dare you?
I need
Poor
to
Slappy and Ozo having to wait that long for their points. How many points are you at, Ozo? You lost 6K? Did you have too much faith? It's because we didn't ban Kindred. We let you down. Sag.
Oh shit. I thought it'd be a support game. Here we go. I sent you the replay whenever you loaded up. Let me know.
Okay. Let me download it real quick.
Really should have paid more attention to the Kindred draft. Never would have bet.
True. And for some reason, it seems like we can't win against Kindred. Even in the FPL finals, we ended up losing against Kindred.
Well, and it's the same guys who knew, right?
To be fair, it is a different jungler,
Yeah.
but yeah. But technically, most of the same team. Oh god, it's the Uter. Oh, did Hulk finally get his games in?
Yeah, Hulk got his games in. He's in for this week.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I should probably change the scoreboard. I'm leaving this color because I made it a custom color and I don't want to find it again. Also, I'm colorblind, so I have the excuse.
Do you go by the number then? If you're trying to match colors?
Yeah. Usually what happens is if I need a color for things, I'll look up the hex decimal code or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But for this one, yeah, I stole it directly from our logo, the color.
Nice.
So I know that it says red because it's red side, but it's lime green, I think, approximately from our logo.
Which part did you take it from?
But blue is blue, so the lettering, it says middle sticks, the inside.
Okay. Yep, very lime green.
Or his eyes, yeah.
Neon green.
Black Salt is playing top lane. Okay. He's Mikole.
Yeah, Mikole. playing the Soraka.
Anyway, are you ready?
I am ready.
Alright, this should be good memes for the cast. I'm not going to do a regular introduction. This is a solo queue cast for points as he redeemed his 9,000 channel points. I think I'm going to up it to like 11,000, but I think I'm going to keep it there for a while for the next one. So if you're ready, we'll go ahead.
I am ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. On the blue side of the rift is the blue team. Tryndamere in the top lane playing Tryndamere. Scraff in the jungle playing Set. Joff Fan 98 on Silas. Che and the Monkey Man 1997 in the bottom lane on Vayne and Pike.
And on the red side, we have Mikole in the top lane on the Soraka. Points in the jungle on the Uter. Tony playing the Diana in the mid lane. 1v9 Genius on the Ashe. And then Koala on the Lulu. So already, Soraka Lulu with an Udyr. It looks like it's going to be tons of fun to play against.
Yeah, I mean, Udyr's just such an interesting champion that I'm really happy to see him.
That's a really
Tryndamere's
cool
going in,
skin.
level 1, going for some auto attacks onto Tony. They're trying to kite him back away. Mikole around the side hits the Starfall points, ripping through the Tiger stance. Can they actually find any of these kills? The volley lands. Crescent Strike isn't quite enough damage. They're continuing to chase down onto Scraff, but gonna go ahead and disengage. Yeah, I don't know what the point of that was, but it was kind of fun.
They were asserting dominance as Ashe is just walking up on that mid wave, applying pressure, really leaving a mark on the game already. She's going to be able to just walk back down the bottom lane, not miss out on too much since points started top side here. What Diana skin is that? That's kind of cool,
the
actually.
Battle Queen. It's the Prestige Battle Queen, maybe?
Okay.
It looks Prestige. I don't think it's a chroma.
It does look very Prestige. That's a cool skin. I like that. I haven't seen that one in game.
That Pike chroma's kind of nasty. Like nasty in a good way. That's a good hook though onto Koala the Ignite, burning him down. The flash forward for the aftershock proc isn't quite enough damage. Che though will tumble forward for first blood in the bottom lane. 1v9 Genius showing his genius, trying to flash back away. He'll stay alive for the time being.
Barely able to make it out, but a great hook from the Monkey Man 1997. It's already a lead here in the bottom lane for the blue side, and another
hook. The aftershock damage isn't needed as he auto attacks down 1v9 Genius. So good start for the blue team.
Yeah, already just so much pressure in this bottom lane, and when you have a champion like Vayne who normally isn't very strong in lane, any sort of a lead that you're able to pick up early feels pretty good. Especially if you're against a champion like Udyr, who's going to be running you down all game. If you wanted an ADC to be strong to play against Udyr, I think that Vayne makes a lot of sense for that.
Tryndamere getting the Soraka gameplay experience in top lane. I don't know why Starfall's on such a short cooldown, but there you go.
It's a fun, fair, balanced. Everyone, loves playing against Soraka and her Qs.
Yeah, that's why they buffed her into relevance again. Everybody loves Soraka.
Now, Mikole doesn't have a ward here, so might get caught on a weird timer as he's walking up. He just needs to recall. He should have taken a cheater here, I think.
Yes,
that's that Set showing on the Pixel Brush.
Jofan hits the abduct as Tony looking to turn this one back around. Points with the exciting Udyr Gaming gameplay, runs in with the bear stance and forces the flash out of Silas.
And heading back up towards his top side. Oh. Placing a ward, helping out his team a little bit. That said, Mikole
in trouble. The root lands onto Tryndamere, but he'll get stunned up by Scraff from the Facebreaker. Forces the flash out. Are you a connoisseur of the Udyr copy pastas?
I have the what is it? The
Run stun game 1.
Run stun. Job
stun,
done.
job done. Run stun, game 1. Flash slap, flash slap. I don't remember what that one is.
Easy clap.
Easy
I
clap,
think
maybe? Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. I haven't seen that one, but no, the fucking run stun job done. That's funny shit. This Mikolay's
Mikolay's in trouble. He's gonna get
oh,
almost taken down underneath the tower. A couple of extra tower shots. Not able to take down the Soraka, and if she
Tryndamere
can
able to
land any of
trade.
his star calls, he'll be able to heal back up.
It's
But he'll get
forward.
poultry shouted.
Trade it,
Tryndamere,
Tryndamere.
the auto attack is enough, and he gets out.
It's
Meanwhile,
fucking
Che got the
Doom
kill,
top.
points it somehow behind. Flash slap, bear slap into Che. Now chasing down the monkey man. I don't think he'll be able to find the pike on the end of that one.
The bear man chasing the monkey man. Unfortunately, enough for the bear man. Monkey man will make it out alive. But this top lane's already pretty doomed, I think. Once you're Shiraka and you start falling behind, no flash behind an XP, it doesn't feel good. Scrap doing a good job of applying that pressure and making his presence known in the top lane.
I'm looking up copy pastas on my phone. Hurry up. Sorry.
You're fine. I think that's very, very
I think
valuable.
that's a good use of my time right now.
I think being up to date on all of the Uter copy pastas is very important. I think every caster should be, frankly.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh, Mikolay getting
Mikolay in
engaged
a little bit
on.
of trouble. Gonna get
Slow
autoed down,
from
the poultry
Tryndamere.
shout slowing him down, but he's able to eventually kite it back out. Okay, flash stun job done, run stun game 1. Run slap jungle gap. That was the one I wanted. Run slap jungle gap.
God, I would be okay with Udyr just never being playable again. Please, Riot. I don't need this shit in my games. Oh, Monkey Man onto 1v9 Genius doesn't get the stun off.
Yeah, gets
but
the hook back, the
doesn't
condemn
matter.
into the wall. The 1v9 genius, giving the enemy team a chance, feeding him a couple of kills early on. It's going to make it more epic when he outplays them later, right? That's the genius coming through.
Flash slap, bitch slap. Holy shit.
Flash slap jungle gap. That's the one I wanted.
Yeah, we're on the
Tony
cutting
and Joe
edge of
fan
memes here.
going in, the Starfall, the counter Starfall, the Ignite, and the outplay from the Diana, the Facebreaker from Scrap, the bigger outplay as he punches him down.
Tony's actually clean on it there, flashing out to avoid the Silas Starfall, then going back in and finishing off the kill. Too good at League of Legends, establishing that lead with that solo kill. His points spotted out on that ward up there. He was playing the vision game, was able to clear it out. Loses his pink ward in the process, but trying to protect his top laner, who's at quite a bit of a disadvantage at this point.
Yeah, Set running the unsealed spellbook, so every time I glance over that, it looks really bizarre. He's got the teleport to go with his smite now.
Which is the perfect counter ganking tool. If Tryndamere gets this under turret, Set could TP up just to gank it.
Yeah. Poultry shout again from Tryndamere. Doing a lot of work. Mikolay maybe needs to be a little bit more careful about getting poultry shouted.
Honestly, Mikolay's wave control is giving me anxiety, just because it's slow pushing into Tryndamere and he can't really step up. So it's only a matter of time before Set goes up there and kills her. This time around, Set not paying that much attention and isn't going to be up there to take advantage of it. But on a champion like Soraka top, I'm getting anxiety just watching it.
Oh, here's the teleport from Scrap is immediately spotted out by points. Might have the jungler Scrap out on the side. Instead, he'll take the blast plant out to safety. That's the ultimate. It's like the farm alarm from old Rek'Sai. Mikolay in trouble. The poultry shout doing a lot of work, slowing him up. He's got the ignite ticking down. Has to use the wish to try to keep himself alive underneath tower, but it just doesn't matter. Tryndamere doesn't even need to burn the ultimate.
Yeah, no, that top lane matchup is kind of
1v9 Genius pulled over the wall with the pike skewer. Just disengaged for now. Oh, I have some copy pastas to read. I missed one earlier as well. Oh, the flash in. Scrap just takes 1v9 Genius over the wall. They'll finish him off the execution. Points is here, looking for the jungle gappening. Gets one stun, gets two, forced to flee, and he'll be taken down by Che. The flash over the wall, just continuing to auto down, and Koala staying alive for a little bit, but eventually taken down. A double kill for Che in the Vayne off to the races.
Blue side is just so far ahead at this point, off the backs of Che and the Monkey Man 1997, just establishing so much pressure in this bottom lane that even when Point shows up, they're just too strong for him to deal with. And now looking at a 4K gold lead, the first dragon taking it 10 minutes, so establishing that win condition, and everything's looking awful for red side here as Tryndamere is playing with his food, biding his time, waiting for Mikole to walk up just a little bit too far before he gets spun on. Oh no.
Oh, there it is. Walked up too far. The Starfall there. Joe Fan is in the area as well. Dives forward with the abduct. Tryndamere hits the ultimate. Maybe going to look for the dive. He still's got the flash
Oh,
spin if he needs it, but just doesn't have it. Mikole lives. Can he find the Starfall? He's going to search for it. Here comes Points, though. The bear stance onto Tryndamere. Oh, flash, bear slap. Jungle gap there. He gets the shutdown. Tony is still looking for a little bit more. He hits the Crescent Strike, but not able to find the dive. Okay, everyone, listen up. Return of the Middle Sticks is going to hop off their post, walk out of the cornfield, and caw on their asses. Y'all ever experienced a deep suck? Well, you're about to get the slurp of a lifetime from the ROTM squad. I know what I'm talking about, too, since my name is Liposuction Lane. Trademark, my name is not Liposuction Lane. Scrap is dead in this game. Then, after we have drained all of your life juice, our Crowstorm will come down and eat your lifeless carcasses. Caw, caw, caw! Hashtag ROTM fighting.
that was beautiful. As we saw the perfect representation of that jungle gap as Points is going in, establishing his dominance over Scrap, and putting him in the dirt as he takes his entire top side, and is moving on to that Rift Herald, so just in time if he wants to get some plates with it. He's feeling pretty good about himself there as Tony and Jofan taking the fight again.
1v1 renewed in the mid lane. Mikole in a lot of trouble again. The poultry shout just not letting him leave, and Tryndamere finds his third kill up in the top lane.
Yeah, it is not good for Mikole. That said, on the Soraka, as far as champions
Oh, the
top
Hex
lane
flash
go,
in, Scrap looking for it. The Luna Rush not quite able to get him out to safety. Uses the ultimate just to try to get some damage. Scrap is low. The Crescent Strike didn't hit, so he didn't get the reset, but Points is on the hunt. He finds the Bear Slap. He finds the Phoenix. He finds the Tiger. The Assault connects onto the set. Can they actually finish off Scrap? They do eventually. The stun comes through from Monkey Man. He'll pull in Tony and is able to finish that one off. Che and Points trade lives as Koala and 1v9 Genius now eventually herd Jofan in, and they'll take him down in the Dragon Pit.
technically in favor of the red side as they end up trading 2 for 3. Starting out with the pick off of Scrap, and Mikole and Tryndamere are out here trading autos, trying to fight, but the big thing is that Mikole is completely zoned off of this tower, isn't getting any experience, any farm. It's completely fucking doomed up there. Oh no.
Chat, you need to calm down. Why are you posting this shit when we are discussing stuff that's relatively important? Like, you're burying stuff that people are going to have questions on.
True.
I wish chat was moving that fast. It's not, unfortunately.
That's okay. They're doing their best.
13-7 in favor of the blue team currently. They've got about a 4,000 gold lead. Our hero Points, though, 5-2 on the Udyr. Looking for that pop-off opportunity. He's got the run fast item, the big thing for all of the important Udyr combos that you're going to see.
Is to run fast?
Yeah, I mean, the big skill expression is that you need to hit the Chem Tank and then the Bear.
Oh,
Asho going to land. They're
1v9
getting a lot of...
Genius.
Yeah, 1v9 Genius popping off. The Rangers focus, able to tear through Che eventually, and they'll find the kill in the 2v2 in the bottom lane.
I can't help but feel that it's because Vayne took her lead and bought a fucking random Zeal. Instead of buying a mythic item, she went into Zeal first. She could be so strong right now, but she just ran it by wasting 1,050 gold, something like that. Too much money. As Red side's gonna be able to take the turret there. And the dragon's coming up, so might be able to take that as well on spawn.
Yeah, if we need a good copy pasta, maybe the one from the Legend stream about the sweater. I don't remember exactly what it is. It's for their merch store. That was a good one. Che's gonna flash forward. He's feeling it. He's got the final hour ticking, but the bear slap is able to return that one. Tryndamere, meanwhile, just going to work on this inner turret.
Oh, he has
his
a Gale
Force completed. He'll hip thrust his way through and spin his way down onto Mikole. Set ult coming on. Points is just tanking through everything, though. Now onto the bear slap, onto Joe-Fan, continuing to tear through Tiger's Stance into the Phoenix, and it's a big shutdown onto Joe-Fan. Looking now for Monkey Man at the end of this one, diving the tower, but he's going to get executed by the death from below.
And Point just made a little bit...
Oh, Koala!
Koala! Okay, I see you.
Monkey Man went Prowler's Claw. Is that normal?
So it's actually kind of cool on Pike, because what you can do is you can E and then Prowler's Claw, and the stun that follows you, it's impossible to miss it, because your Prowler's Claw puts you through the person on the other side. So it's kind of a cool interaction. He's one of the champions that kind of abuses it, like Hecarim. And said 1v9 Genius is getting game played on as there's a big old tanky man just running him down.
Yeah, unfortunately not a whole lot of damage on Scraf, so 1v9 Genius able to sidestep the true damage on the Haymaker, and he'll feel okay about life. Tony back in the mid lane to try to ward off anything else. Dragon has spawned, the second dragon of the game. Not a big point of contention, it looks like, as Point's going to get himself onto a Scuttle Crab. Vayne takes down the bottom lane turret in the process, so still about a 5,000 gold lead for... what the fuck just happened? The spectator mode just glitched the fuck out. Che gonna get bear slapped out, and he'll be taken down. 1v9 Genius with that kill. Joe-Fan into the back line, but he just doesn't have the damage to power his way through. The Wild Growth tries to keep him alive for a little bit. He dodges back out. Mikole is here somehow with the Starfall, uses the Wish to keep everybody alive. Huge facebreaker from Scraf. Monkey Man gets the auto attack down. I don't know why he never used the ult at any point, but Scraf falls to points in the process. And oh, there's the hook. He can't do anything there. Dragon should be started up now by the red team.
And Udyr normally is just the tankiest man alive, completely unkillable. This game has a Lulu and a Soraka backing him up, making him twice as unkillable. That said, Monkey Man and Tryndamere are
still
here.
Looking for this. He's just gonna get autoed down, shut down for points. He gets the stun onto Tryndamere. He gets the dragon as well, and the red team turning this one around.
You may not like it, but this is what peak jungling looks like. Oh my god. The Udyr gameplay is just too interesting.
Yeah,
fucking gamer.
I just feel like Meteos right now. It's so interesting.
Yeah, I know that clip.
Yeah. Ooh,
oh, 1v9 Genius.
Wait, the Gale Force! 1v9 Genius knows the tech. Joe-Fan tries to find him. He gets immediately silenced by... Oh, that's a huge Diana suck up on the Moonfall, but it just isn't quite finding enough damage. Scraf able to kite himself away with the use of that Haymaker, but they should be able to get the mid lane turret, assuming 1v9 Genius doesn't die to the tower. Luckily, he's still got 2 supports to try to keep him healthy. Oh, Udyr Gaming? Here it is. He took the Rift Herald while everything was happening, and he's going to drop it down now.
Back from his little trek, came back to bless the peons with his with his presence, and off he goes again. His job is done. Oh, he's actually
Oh,
flanking
run,
around.
stun, job done. He's on top of Scrap, and he's out.
He actually did just run all the way around. Bear slap set and walk away. What a fucking gamer. Holy shit. Alright, I take it back. I'm picking up Bootier after this. It's just... It's too easy, man. It's just too easy.
Thank you for blessing us with this replay, dyslexic. By the way, this is.
Oh,
Uh,
fuck. Oh, okay. The Uter's a big boy here. Gonna be able to finish picking up these camps, sitting on 2100 gold, so he's just gonna be the absolute tankiest man alive. What do you think his next item is?
the Udyr?
Yeah.
He's got an armor, so maybe Death's Dance. I don't know that that's exact. Oh my god. Vayne was there, by the way. She's not anymore, but was.
You remember when Vayne was like 5-0?
Yeah. Those were good times.
Oh, the 1v9 genius using the Gale Force immaculately, able to chase down Scrap and not quite enough damage.
Takes a couple of tower shots because he knows he's going to get top back off by Mikale and Koala. The Udyr gameplay right now is just so fascinating, by the way. Not with his team, not bothering with anything, just going to farm up. They're losing a tower to Tryndamere, but they don't really care as they're getting the inhibitor tower. Now Point's ready to join up. He's here. He's got some speed. He's moving fast. He's got the Bear Slap onto Scrap. Continuing onward. Does he actually have the damage? That's so much healing coming down onto the Udyr. Staying alive. Flash in from Jofan, but he can't find the damage on the Moonfall.
This goofy motherfucker just ran straight up, tanked both turrets for 6 seconds and just walks away.
Ooh, that's a pretty big settle. That was a good flash by Mikale to get him out to safety. The Haymaker going to be enough to take him down. Scrap in trouble, though, getting autoed down by 1v9 Genius. Somehow Koala died. I'm not really sure. I think he was taking towers for some reason.
Oh,
Tryndamere is just on the Nexus turret. We've been ignoring him, but Tryndamere has continued his split push. Now having to deal with a couple of super minions on his face isn't the greatest time ever. 1v9 Genius still scrapping it out with Jofan, the dash forward from Monkey Man, and he'll get the execute with the death from below. Meanwhile, Udyr back in base. Tryndamere quivering in his boots. He's going to have to try to get away. Burns the the Undying Rage, and he'll have to leave. Jofan is here just for the gameplay experience of the Udyr running at him.
Away.
The Bear Slap in. Does he actually have the damage? Jofan dashing in and out, and Points is just standing there autoing him to death. Let's go, Udyr.
I don't know what to say. He's too balanced. He's too fucking balanced. Holy shit.
Is this like a normal Tryndamere build? Gale Force Serelda's Grudge?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fucking cancer.
Who's to say? I feel like going like Navori would be so much better. Because then, you know, you get the cooldown lowered on all of your crits for your E, you know, and that combines with your normal E, so you just permaspin. Cerilda's, I don't know why you would need it, or why you would build it.
In case your Poultry Shout isn't enough to slow people, you need extra slow.
True, true. I had not considered that.
Lulu gonna slay the dragon? Lulu, a known dragon slayer, in fact.
Isn't Lulu a dragon trainer?
She also slays them in her free time.
I'm sorry, did Silas just walk up and Phoenix slap the pink ward?
I missed that one. That would be pretty magical if that's what happened. He is just kind of looking for a flank right now, but has no teammates available. And Udyr gonna run his ass down. Oh, he hits it back over. He's trying. He can't do a whole lot, but he's trying. Meanwhile, Tryndamere continuing in the base. 1v9 Genius laying into him with the Ranger's Focus. Has the Undying Rage.
Oh my god.
Koala shows up just in time. That was 2 autos that landed on 1v9 Genius. But in comes Points. Here he is. Run, stun, job done. Oh!
Oh!
That was a good face breaker, pulling Tony back away from the blast cone, forcing him to flash over the wall. But Scraff, Monkey Man, and Che looking for the moonfall coming out. He's trying to eliminate the Pike. Has the Zanyas. That's really nicely timed by Tony to get himself a little respite there. He'll eventually fall to Che. They just can't get onto the Vayne in the back of the fight. If only they had some sort of bear man who could slap her. Anyway, points onto the... just flashes onto Monkey Man, and he'll take down the backline anyway. 1v9 Genius on top of Scraff, laying into him with the Rangers focus, and that'll be not an ace because Jofan had respawned, but they get 5 kills in exchange for 2.
Yeah, they are starting this Baron, but it takes them a little while, and they're losing their base while it's happening. Those super minions are pushing onto the Nexus turret, and I'm pretty sure they kill it. Yeah. Oh, the supers are still attacking the turret. They didn't lose aggro when the new wave spawned, so they do end up taking down that turret. So it's an open Nexus against the Tryndamere, which is a little bit scary. That said, seeing Vayne spam ping Tryndamere's Ignite makes me think that they were thinking about a backdoor, but a little frustrated that he doesn't have teleport to do that with. That said, the set with the Unsealed does have teleport, so might be able to look for something. Did he use it? What happened to it?
It's gone regardless.
He just had it. Wait, did Points just smite that, try and take it? And he
Yeah, but
missed the
Ash got it
smite?
anyway, yeah.
Oh my god. Easy game.
Shout out to Tryndamere for the Flame Horizon.
Yeah.
Although, honestly, if you can't Flame Horizon a Soraka as Tryndamere, I don't know what you're doing.
Soraka with that Moonstone has only healed 1,654 so far, whereas Lulu, the superior support here, has healed 4,220. That's a balanced item, I'd say. Very, very balanced.
Yeah, just a couple of health healed.
Yeah, not an unreasonable amount at all. I like that Red Side hasn't pushed out too far. You know, they are cognizant of the fact that their Nexus does not have any turrets defending it anymore.
Points swinging through, gonna grab a couple of wards. Inhibitors respawned importantly, so you at least have 2 buildings to go through before losing the game. Oh, Asholt. That kind of connected onto... I mean, it definitely 100% connected. That's a big settled in return, but it's just not going to matter. Points is dominating. They're going to continue to pressure and look for the end potentially here. Stun lands onto Points as Diana dives through Che, staying just a little bit alive, trying to kite back away, but he'll get outplayed by Udyr. Now underneath the tower, the stun lands onto Silas. He's tearing through Monkey Man. He's still very healthy thanks to his couple of supports, but in come the minions onto Nexus turret number 1. Tryndamere has made his way into the base. He's on the inhibitor. It's not a particularly close race right now, though, as the execute comes through onto Koala, but the game ends because the Nexus dies.
Oh, the Udyr gameplay. Unfortunately for the blue side, just not quite strong enough to be able to deal with it.
Well, that was a game of League of Legends that we all got to witness, so
He
thanks.
ran, he slapped, he jungled, and he gapped.
True. Thank you for sharing that with us, Dyslexic. If you want your own solo queue replay casted, you know, turn in some channel points, cause that's the thing that we do. Yeah. That's it for the cast.
When will we see you again, Maris?
Next stream, I don't really know. Maybe Friday night, maybe Saturday. Who knows at this point?
PogChamp.
But the games that'll be cast are going to be the Legends games from this week. So, Gold taking on RAR and Platinum taking on Team Bad Papas. Both games to kind of flesh out the top of the tables in the respective leagues. Gold, noteworthy, going for the undefeated completion of the first round robin, so a little bit writing on that game. Platinum has a much longer round robin because of the larger league, but yeah. And then I believe your guys' next game, hopefully going to be Monday, because that's really nice. But I guess we'll see next week. We'll have it live whenever it is, as long as they don't delay it till later in a day. So yeah.
Through that.
Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.